White House Counsel Don McGahn will no longer be the White House Counsel. He will be out of the White House in the fall. Apparently, McGahn learned about this through Twitter when Trump announced it. He said through his tweet that White House Counsel Don McGahn will be leaving his position in the fall shortly after the confirmation, hopefully, of Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the United States Supreme Court. I have worked with Don for a long time and truly appreciate his service. So it was a nice complimentary, reaction or response to McGahn, but Trump has had some issues with McGahn as of late. Remember, there was a huge story involving Don McGahn testifying or cooperating with Robert Mueller, the special counsel in the Russia investigation. There was also a little bit of conflict with Trump on the issue of whether or not to pardon Paul Manafort. And they have been butting heads, so it appears that Trump made this decision, and who knows who he plans on replacing Don McGahn with.
No, but here's the fun part of the story. McGahn apparently found out through Twitter.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, and so he's like, oh, were you going to tell me that we had not coordinated at all on when I was going to leave and how we were going to announce it? Come on, McGahn, you're surprised? You know what a clown he is. You know what a buffoon he is. And then McGahn, we found out a couple of weeks ago in the New York Times, had talked to the prosecutor, special counsel, as Anna told you, and Trump apparently didn't know. So at the time, Trump played it off as, this is a quote from him, I allowed White House Counsel Don McGahn and all other requested members of the White House staff to fully cooperate with the special counsel. Okay, all right, great. You allowed him to cooperate, so everything's hunky-dory, right? And then why did you turn around a couple of weeks later and be like, McGahn is leaving, okay? We had a good relationship, but he's gone, okay? McGahn's like, what happened?
So we had covered that story in detail when it originally broke, but just to remind you all of what happened, Trump had his own personal lawyers at the White House, and they were the ones who were encouraging McGahn to cooperate with Mueller. And it was because these attorneys who are no longer working with Trump genuinely believed that Trump was innocent, that he hadn't done anything with Russia. And so they're urging McGahn to cooperate. McGahn and Trump don't trust each other at this point. So McGahn was under the assumption that Trump was trying to screw him over and put him in a position where he would take the fall for this whole Russia investigation. So McGahn's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna cooperate, and I'm gonna cooperate fully. So he spoke to Mueller for 30 hours. But here's the thing, Trump and his attorneys are so incompetent that none of them asked for a briefing on what was discussed. They had no idea how long he had spoken to Mueller. It was a complete and utter disaster.
And my favorite part of that story was, many months later, after he testified, and McGahn talked about what Trump did with Comey, how he'd asked Sessions to, stop being the attorney general, or was looking to find out how he can get Sessions to stop being attorney general because he had recused himself and would not protect Donald Trump from investigation. And by the way, we found out also that McGahn threatened to resign at one point when Trump wanted to fire Mueller. So all that was what he testified to. And then McGahn sat around waiting for the rest of Trump's strategy. And he's like, wait, why isn't he throwing me under the bus? I thought he was gonna do that, and that's why he allowed me to testify. And then realized, oh, he has no strategy. And so the New York Times wrote that McGahn and his own personal lawyer, it dawned on them later that Trump had no plan and that he actually was not being adversarial to McGahn. He just didn't know what he was doing. McGahn's like, oh no. But at that point, he had already given the evidence to Mueller, which is a great break for us. And what did I tell you? He's gonna get caught, Trump is, because he's deeply stupid. And he couldn't manage his way out of a paper bag, including in this case. So, and here's my third favorite part of the story. And a White House insider that often deals with in fact, he's a former White House official, he's anonymous talking to The Hill, said the White House counsel's office, that's McGahn's office, is an island of competence and professionalism in an otherwise chaotic and amateurish West Wing. That sounds about right. And he said, of course, that
it'll be a tremendous loss if you have to wonder if this well-oiled machine starts to sputter a bit after he leaves.
Okay, there's no well-oiled machine. So you can tell the guy actually is very much a Republican and supportive, but he's like, Yeah, it's mainly because of McGahn's competence. Otherwise, it's chaotic and amateurish.
McGahn has actually done a lot for Trump. He helped Trump confirm 60 federal judges. 60.
And what does he get in return? Well, you weren't super loyal to Donald Trump personally, and you didn't cover up his crimes. So one day you wake up and there's a tweet saying, "Oh, you're leaving," when you didn't even know you were leaving.
I think it's a good thing for McGahn.
Oh, yeah. No. If I'm McGahn, I'm thinking, oh, thanks God.
Yeah.
I thought it'd never come.
Yeah.
It's like the tweet from heaven.
Have you heard about the new TYT audio network? We have some great new shows for you. Find us wherever you get your podcast by searching for TYT Network, or head over to tyt.com/audio.